Fight!
Welcome to an episode of Cram Session. My name's Barrett, and this is Tam helping me out go through all the Mortal Kombat 10 characters. Well, JJ's been helping me out with all the other ones, but Tam's here to help me out with the Sub-Zero video. He's up on the screen. Tam, great job editing that in. This card looks great.
Sure.
If you don't know what this is, Cram Session is a review of all the Mortal Kombat 10 cards. We're going to do a meta-analysis on all of them, how they're going to be relevant, or if they're going to see play, or if we just think they're bad or good. All of these are available with every single card on Patreon. This is also going to be available on YouTube, so if you're watching on there, thanks for watching. You can check out the Scorpion video as well as our kind of teaser sneak peek out on YouTube. But on Patreon, we're at patreon.com/TCGUniversity. It costs $3, and you can see all the content that we release, our early exclusive, our exclusive podcasts, the early study halls a week early, and you also get access to the entire Cram Session. But this entire episode is dedicated to Sub-Zero. Right off the bat, what do you think about him?
I think Sub-Zero is okay. I don't think he's that good. I think he's going to take a very technically skilled player in order to get the most out of him. He is very much a backswing character.
Absolutely. His character just by himself doesn't do anything on your opponent's turn. So unless you're playing a reversal, because then it's your attack, you can seal and commit something. But like then you're really only committing, because then when it comes back to your turn, the seal goes away.
Yep.
So like it's very weird. He also has forced synergy. You must only play stun attacks on him if you want the really good effect, 2 damage, and if you want to block my attack, discard a card as well.
Now, he does have a lot of very good stun attacks.
Absolutely.
And there are very good stun attacks under his old symbols, specifically Order.
Yes.
I don't think that he's necessarily that amazing underwater and Void. I was attempting to make him before we got to see any of his cards. I was going to proxy up him and then play him. But, yeah, he's going to be a high skill character. He is not Scorpion, where you can just go ham and
I hit below half.
I'll probably just kill you if I've got 4 attacks in my hand.
Yeah,
you better block them all.
Yeah,
and Sub-Zero can't do that. Sub-Zero can block them all. He's got some blocking, some DR, some attack hate tools that I'm very excited to get into.
Absolutely. So we're gonna dive right in. His first one, Barrier of Frost.
That's cool.
Talk about a great block card. This one is also very reminiscent to Leaf Shield, which is another, it's a Mega Man card. It says, when you block with this, that attack deals no damage. And it's a mid, so it says, if you block this with any attack, partial, completely, it's going to deal nothing. This includes throws. It also has an enhance for when you want to play it offensively. If this is blocked, your opponent has to commit a foundation. Man, that's not too good.
Yeah.
So I think you really only ever want to block with these for the same reason why most people play Leaf Shields.
But at the same time, if you've got this plus 2 other attacks in your hand and you're afraid of them going in, what the Barrier of Frost says is if they're at 4 life, I can easily play this. With Sub-Zero, they're going to discard a card because they have to block it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it's blocked, they're going to commit another thing. So they better have held a lot of stuff, or they're probably just going to die.
Yeah. It does work on that backswinging factor, whereas like cards like Leaf Shield only have like 3 damage on them, and it's a 2 load, so it's slower.
And in Sub-Zero, this is 6 damage, not 4, like I just
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So and Leaf Shield, it doesn't synergize with Sub-Zero, so it's interesting. But it is something to bring up too that we now have a Leaf Shield card in Order and Void twice now.
Yeah.
And Water has now gained 1. So we've talked
has
about
prepared to fight, but it's fine.
You're right. But like that's not actual.
It's not actual. Actually, Peaceful Messenger. Does that card have water? Peaceful Messenger might have water. I wish Tyler didn't walk away. I'll look it up as we continue. It might not be that important.
Hey, does Peaceful Messenger have water?
I don't believe so.
He doesn't think so. Okay. All right. So
We'll assume it doesn't.
Chaos, life, something else. I don't know if it's water.
Oh man,
I know for sure it has life.
Moonon, it's fine.
This deck's good defensively, obviously, and maybe people will play this as an alternative to Leaf Shield if they think it's going to work that way.
I would almost always play this over Leaf Shield. I would 100%.
4 mid for 4 instead of a 2 low for 3?
Totally.
For 1 extra difficulty?
And it's got stun 1. The only thing that Leaf Shield has going for it is the Breaker 1.
The Breaker 1.
And unless Breaker is so crazy important
right now, yeah.
And I don't know if it is or not. I don't know what Breaker 1 does. We've got so many foundations. What? We got Death? Okay. We have so many foundations that I build into my card pool that moves. So just to soak up that Breaker or
action
like
cards.
Fade.
Yeah.
Or a form like over over the top. Over the top. Over the top's a good one to soak up Breaker. There's
Not
just,
over yet, or
yeah,
throw it down.
That's right. That's like there's
how do you
so
like them
much,
apples?
There's so much stuff that can just stop that one Breaker one that it might not in the turn, but hitting a stun one on this card being able to flip and go aggressive, it's very good.
Absolutely. Moving on then, his 1-of attack in the deck, Deep Freeze.
This card's sick. This card's so cool.
I think this card is very cool. For 1 momentum.
I'm gonna pull it out of the case.
For 1 momentum, seal up to 3 of your opponent's foundations. And then this gives +1 to its stun rating. Seal 3 at once.
He has no throws in his kit currently.
Absolutely. It's okay. We get Death Valley Faceplant in him, which is very good.
Actually nuts.
We also get Tombstone Stunner. No. Yes.
No.
No, we do not. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I forgot.
Oh, we do under Void.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we do under Void.
I'll bid my cards. What are you doing?
This card looks beautiful. This card's nuts. This card is...
It's a weapon. Order weapon.
It seals up to 3 things, and it gets +1 to its stun rating.
So then you stun 3, and then they're obviously going to commit the ones that are sealed.
Yeah.
And then you can use Scorpion to selectively pick another thing. Or not Scorpion,
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
Yep,
Sorry.
yep.
You use Sub-Zero, and you can then... So this card, in this card, it is a 3 mid for 9, and you're sealing and committing 4 things, basically.
Yeah.
For 1 momentum.
Neat.
That's very strong. I felt it really under...
the other thing you do, you ready? Just kidding. You have to do it in the correct order. My bad. I don't know why I thought you could seal, then stun, and then seal again, but that doesn't work.
I mean, you could always start with a Sub-Zero in hands.
Yeah. Seal, commit, and take out their best resource.
Yeah.
And then
or like a counter to it.
yeah, and then seal it all. And then deep. This is super thematic. It's super cool. Whenever Jason came to
It does look really good.
yeah, it looks so good. It's his X-ray. It's sweet. Whenever Jason came to town one time and he was talking about this was like months ago, and he's like, we're making the characters. Scorpion's going to be a desperation character, and Sub-Zero's going to be a stun character. It's been really hard to balance this. I was like, I don't know why, but the what they did with their toolkit is so cool. I like Sub-Zero a lot. He's definitely not as good as Scorpion, but I like him a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Sub-Zero is going to find more success with like his support played in other people.
I can agree with that.
And maybe not so much himself. And Sub-Zero, for him to work, I think he needs a lot more help from outside support as well.
Yeah.
But I think he has a lot of stuff that will easily see splashed and stuff like that. And this one as well. I mean, it's an order weapon, whereas like if we want to play an order weapon deck in certain characters, like
Bishamon's going to have a field day with this.
this, under Void or under Order. And
Yep.
so it's just like we have a momentum dump in an attack, and it's very good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just opening with this if you have a momentum is just really good to set up for the rest of your cards. Moving on. Probably, honestly, not his best, but very, very strong attack.
The thing hits so hard.
Frost Hammer. Stun 1, weapon, 3 high for 5. Gets speed for each of your opponent's sealed foundations, and gets damage for each of their committed foundations. There's no max on those.
Deep freeze into Frost Hammer means you're dead. Like, this is what that means.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to get 2 more damage. It's going to get at least 5 speed, so it's an 8 high. Hopefully, if we use the enhanced, the Sub-Zero enhanced twice, so it's an 8 high, and we're sending it for a ton of damage based off of the number of foundations you have. For at least 1, 2, 3, for at least 5 more, so it's for 12 at least.
Yeah.
8 high for 12.
8 high for 12.
On a 6 difficulty, because we played a second.
Yeah. It's fine. It's
Yeah, I think it is. This card requires setup for it to be very powerful.
at bare minimum, it is a 3, 1 stun, commit 1, seal 1 for 4 high with stun 2 for 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. So like
If you just
that's
open with it.
nothing to sneeze at when their Sub-Zero gets to pick their best card. And commit it.
Plus more damage if your opponent committed cards last turn.
Yeah, so like if they tapped out at all, you could just hit
Yeah.
him with the hammer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this card will see play in other characters as well. And again, another weapon under order.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Ice Ball.
This card sucks.
Range stun 1, 3 mid for 3. If this attack is not blocked, seal your opponent's character and commit it.
I think this card's only good to him.
Yeah, because if it is blocked, they discard a card. And then if it's not blocked, then you get to seal and commit their character, which is actually very strong.
I mean, It's very strong, but a lot of the time, committing and sealing the character is not that amazing on your opponent's turn, unless they're playing something ridiculous like Stone Man. It's actually not that big of a deal.
But making them a discard a card if they block it, but like at the same time, then it's only for 3 damage.
Like the best thing you can do versus this right now is like hit a Mad P, but they're just gonna. I mean,
Hitting a spike 1 with this is actually not
hitting
bad.
a spike 1, actually hitting Quan Chi with this is the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Like he's really the only one that gets to take full advantage of it because against anybody else, they're just gonna block it.
yeah,
And they're not gonna get punished for blocking it, aside from playing the block.
like there's already an order card. It's the Bale attack that I want to say that like if it's not full block, they commit their character.
If it's
So like, it's nobody played that card, and that card had a 1 low block with Breaker 1.
It does seal though, so it does mean that even if, man, I want to say like some cool stuff, but like hiding, because sealing hiding means you discard all the mechs.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck you,
fuck up Heidi, man. That super relevant character.
Or characters with statics, just in general.
like Vega.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad.
Yep.
But we're just gonna.
But it's
block
okay.
it.
It's okay. It's only okay because I think you have to play it in him.
Yep.
Or we could just make it fast as fuck and then they can't block it.
Oh yeah, yeah. This 3 damage attack and waste a bunch of resources on it. Let's go.
All right, moving on. Ice Burst. This is Mike's favorite 2-card combo kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Ice Burst. It enhances destroy face down foundation and add all copies of Ice Clone from your card pool to your momentum. And Ice Clone is the card right after, so we'll get to it in a second. Enhance discard momentum, seal one of your opponent's foundations. It's a 4 mid with stun 2 for 6 damage in him. It's got a great block on it for him. But like for this card's full effect, you do have to play the other card.
This card's cute.
Yeah, I guess we'll just jump right to it just so we can see what it is. The other card is Ice Clone. Stun 1. After you block with this card, seal one of your opponent's foundations and commit it. If this is blocked, seal one of your opponent's foundations and commit it. And so you open with Ice Clones, play Ice Burst, move all the clones to momentum, and then you can discard a momentum with Ice Burst to seal one of your opponent's foundations. So it does like seal and commit if you block, or like seal another one. Like it's
If
just,
we could figure out how to play all of these, like ignoring progressive,
yeah.
or even like hell, if these were 1 diffs that were like 1 mid for 1, it'd be super cool, and we still wouldn't play them. Like it is so cool, it's so thematic for Ice Clone, Ice Burst versus the Turbo decks, but this will never see play ever.
Yeah, I don't think the combo is good enough. I think they're too weak.
Unless you can figure out some way to cheat Ice Clone into your card pool, there is no reason to do this.
I think we can avoid, can't we?
I don't know.
Did
I
Sasha-
don't remember.
Did Sasha do something like that?
She
Not
cheats-
Sasha.
she cheats,
Mishka.
Foundation.
It's a Mishka.
Mishka.
No, Sense of Adventure. What are the symbols on that card? Damn it.
It's a not any of her symbols. It's a
Oh,
Sasha
yeah.
card.
Okay.
So
I did say the right one.
nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, those two suck. This one's kind of cool though.
This card's actually fucking insane. This card's
Icy
nuts.
Slide.
Oh,
It's his
man.
only 3 diff, 1 low for 1. 1 low block, stun 2, enhance plus X damage for X equals the total stun ratings on all cards in your card pool. So on a 3 diff, at the end of our chain, after we went Deep Freeze onto a Frost Hammer into Ice Ball, or I don't know, something.
Icy slide.
Hyper Bomb at some point in this combo. And then I'm going to, you're out of cards in your hand because you tried to block my other stuff, and I make you discard a card if you block my sun attacks. Here's this for 10 or 12.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a thing that resets speed? Was that the only thing that you had ready? Well, I'll flip this foundation as Sub-Zero to seal it and commit it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That refusing to let go you left
So
there?
it's done.
Sorry.
Sorry, man. Yeah, this card is nuts, and this is the reason that that Sub-Zero is even playable. You have to play 4 of this.
Yep,
You
absolutely.
have to.
I mean, same with like Frost Hammer and Deep Freeze and stuff like that.
I'm not. I don't even think.
I don't think you need
Frost
4
Hammer-
Deep Freeze, but I think Frost Hammer. I don't
even think that.
I think Frost Hammer is a very easy card to punish your opponent for overcommitting, which
I'd rather-
is Sub-Zero the character.
I'd rather play Magnet Slam, to be honest. But like, it's lower.
Why not play both?
I mean, we can play both, but high blocks are not as important as mid blocks right now. And we're already playing this low block. Deep Freeze is low block. Icy Slide is low block. So like,
I think you had to play at least 1 or 2 of these.
I don't disagree with you, but like, this card out of 3 diff doing
Yes,
the same
yes.
damage that our 5 diff does
Yeah, absolutely.
is insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this card's great.
This card's
This is how Shane killed people with his deck. Saw this one and people died.
Shane is the
Card director, lead
card designer, director. He's the second in command at Jasko, the people that own UFS.
He built a final boss battle deck for the PTC regional tournament or whatever for the winner to play against, and Shane won, and he was playing a Sub-Zero deck with this kind of card.
Yeah.
Moving on into his foundations, we have Cryomancer's Descendant.
This card's art is amazing.
We'll briefly talk about some other interactions with this card. What?
The art.
Oh.
The art's over there.
Oh, you're right. It's right there.
There, your hand's covered.
Respond remove after a stun attack deals damage. Both players discard a card.
This card's sick.
Sub-Zero response destroy after one of your foundations is flipped, either by cost or an effect or whatever. Unflip 2 of them.
This card's sick.
Briefly, we'll mention there is an infinite combo with this card.
Currently.
Using this card, Honky Tonk Woman in Underwater, and another foundation that you destroy, or sorry, another foundation for you to build down, and you build an infinite number of foundations over and over and over and over and over again, never netting any, but you're just doing it over and over again. And then there's a card called Scorch Wheel in Void. If you have a dick, if you're a dude, you draw X cards. X equals the number of foundations you've built this turn. So you can draw an infinite number of cards with this combo. It's just something. This is part of that combo piece. So it is something.
I think even without the meme, this card's going to be at least like a 2 of in every Sub-Zero deck.
Absolutely.
This card is way better than the Scorpion only foundation. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can even see this being played in other things that aren't Sub-Zero.
Just
because
for
that
the
R remove is really good.
Now, it only works on stun attacks, so it is very selective on that level as well. Like, this card was made for Sub-Zero to use and abuse.
Yeah, but I think this card's really nuts in any reversal deck.
Yeah, absolutely.
You reversal with figure out how to give stun to
like
a
key in
skull
on
barrier
weapons
or something. You figure out how to give it this
quick and precise
stun.
Right.
You figure out how to give it stun, and this instantly becomes I hit you for a little, and you discarded your worst card in your hand.
We both.
Yeah, but I discarded a balance fighter under one of my symbols. So.
And if you block this, then it has stun.
And
discard another one.
Discard another one. So like, this is really cool design.
And I wish he had a reversal. That would have made my day.
I'm glad he does not. Because of Reptile.
This card's cool though. It's definitely it's so strong. That's why it doesn't have a block, obviously.
Totally.
Moving on, we have Destruction of the Cyberlin QA. Whatever. That's what I said. QA. Enhance destroy when face down foundation. This gets -2 speed and +2 damage.
This card's really sick. We saw a lot of this type of same support in Reptile of minus speed for plus damage.
Yep,
Because
like
hopefully with Sub-Zero, they're discarding cards for blocking. They don't have a hand speed. Doesn't matter. So destroy my face down that I tapped down your best resource with, and now I'm going to punish you with this 1/5 too high block.
I like this as well. There's a card in Spike 1 called Generous Gambler.
It's a 2/4.
It's a
It's a 2/4.
It is a 2/4.
2 mid block.
It says destroy face down foundation for +2 or -2 speed. If you're using it defensively, they essentially do the same thing because the point is that you're going to block it anyway. This is just worse against like throws.
I agree.
If you're defensively. The card's really good at him though because it gives him a use for his face downs.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Freezing the City. I actually really like this card, but man, it's actually not that good in practicality.
I think this card's actually nuts.
I tried it out, and it felt real bad.
I mean, it's bonkers in Sub-Zero.
Absolutely,
It's bonkers in Sub-Zero. But if you have another deck that does what Sub-Zero wants to do, just like slightly worse, like I could see like an Order Pharaoh Man playing this card if everything has stun, and just demolishing people with this.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so it's a spam damage on all of your stun attacks, which in Sub-Zero you're obviously playing all stun attacks, and then. The best thing about this card that I like is offensively, you just seal it and you don't care about it because you're going to flip it with Sub-Zero and then you make them seal their resources so then you can pick different ones to seal and commit.
Or on defense, on their turn, you've got 3 of these built and you go,
I'll just seal them all.
This doesn't commit.
No, I know. It's just
seal them all. I don't even care if I'm playing Sub-Zero or not. Like I'm saying, Pharaoh Man is like, you've got 6 resources. Half of them are blank on your turn, and on my turn, all of this gets extra damage. So I'm going to be stunning you out because of Pharaoh Man's ability, and then on your turn, they don't exist.
Yep.
I think this card's crazy good. If you play at least 75% stun attacks, you should play this in an 04 of. I think it's almost.
Oh yeah, because you stun and then you do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know.
Yeah.
I tried it.
Yeah,
I tried
yeah.
it though. I didn't think it worked out very well. Sorry. Maybe I'm just a bad player.
No,
I might just be bad.
I hope not. You're on the video.
Moving on. Left to die.
This is
Respond
really cool
commit
art.
after an attack is not blocked. Add one of your face-down foundations to your hand. Enhance this card momentum. Ready this foundation playable while committed.
This card's nuts.
This foundation is very similar to an older one known as
Shopaholic.
Shopaholic.
Is an Athena card.
It's just got better stats on it because I believe that was a 1/4.
It's a 1/5 no block. It's the exact same.
Oh, it is the exact
Yep.
same?
The only difference is Shopaholic was after
Your attack?
my attack.
Was not blocked?
After my attack did damage, I believe, and it could not ready itself.
This one readies itself, and it just says when an attack is not blocked, including your own.
Yep.
You can respond, commit this, and you're like, oh, well, that was the only attack I was playing this turn. Now I can play this face down and use its flip effect again.
Yeah. Or if I accidentally set an attack face down, I can then pick up resources.
Absolutely.
Or I don't know, I'll pick up a revoke under one of these symbols.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, this card's great. We were talking about this card before. It's pretty cool.
Under Void, I get to pick up Transforms.
And also Metal Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll transform it moves. If you didn't block it, I'll pick back up this transform. I'll discard my momentum to ready this thing. I'll play transform. And now I'm just gonna. Boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Moving on, Lin Kuei, Grandmaster. It's a 2/6, 2/5, 2 high block. Enhance once per turn. Commit when sealed foundation in your opponent's staging area. Enhance commit when foundation. Your stun attack gets 2 damage.
This card sucks.
It has some cool synergy with freezing the city
You're right.
because
card sucks.
you don't have to.
This card will not see any sort of competitive play. It is super. It's cool in a turbo world. It won't. It won't. It won't. All of these cards, except for Ice Burst and Ice Clone, after they're sealed, they commit themselves on all of his attacks.
Yeah,
And so you have to use it with Freezing City.
yeah, exactly.
Or you
That's not true.
Deep Freeze technically does not commit those things, but you've got the Stun 3. So all Deep Freeze says is,
So we do this first.
I'll
It's only
do-
once per turn, and we don't have to commit it.
wow,
And it's got a 6 check, so we want to play it.
wow. I guess I did miss the 6 check, so I guess it's
It
still
got slightly better.
it still won't be played.
Yeah, I guess not. I
The
tried
Enhanced Committed
that.
Foundation, your stun attack gets 2 damage is cool, but why would I play this when I can just play Freezing the City? Like 2 damage versus 1 damage, like
But it's got a high block.
You got me, dude. It's the best card I've ever seen. It's better than Damnation.
How else are we gonna block from Hells?
I can't. I don't know. I don't know how to.
All right, talking about cards that will be played. How about this next one? Mutual Respect.
This card's cool.
This card I think will absolutely see play. The really cool thing about this card is in Water, in Fey.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Yeah.
So yeah, enhance discard momentum where we both only get 1 more enhance ability is incredibly strong. There are a lot of attacks that require a lot of enhances. There are characters that require a lot of enhances,
Yeah, we could also this card.
including. You're right, because we have like Alpha and Honky Tonk.
Yeah.
Including characters like Quan Chi. Quan Chi actually has to use multiple enhances to get to the character abilities, and this card's actually very good against it.
Yeah, totally.
As long as you can get the momentum, or you just know when to use it correctly, this card I think will absolutely see play, and that's why it doesn't have a block on it. Is because of how strong it can be.
And it doesn't commit itself. It's just discard the momentum.
Yeah,
so like,
absolutely.
if anything touches you, like when we talked about if you can play a throw under a couple of these symbols or hit a reversal, this is a very good momentum out in order to take this amazing bomb that your opponent has and kind of snip it, diffuse it, just a bit. So it's a little more manageable.
Right.
This on like an Amphiphobia or after they attempt to start their big shot loop, which is just an action card from the Cowboy Bebop set. This just totally demolishes the power of that, and they have to play another card. Like they have to play another attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it's so strong in Fey, is because in Fey, it's discard momentum, and in Fey, you can add the top card of your discard pile to your momentum if it doesn't have a block. And so if we only get one more enhance, I'll discard this momentum with this one. I get one more enhance, you get one more enhance. My enhance will be to add this back to my momentum.
Yeah, so next attack, we're going to do it again. So every attack, you only get 2. The first one, mine, yours, I get one more, boop, and then we're onto the block.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we both get to play the game with only 2 enhances on every attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
As long as we have momentum.
Yep.
And in Fey,
We probably do.
Cards are great. Moving on, Possessed by a Demon. Respond, destroy one face-down foundation. After you play a stun ability, both players lose 1. Enhance, commit. Your attack gets 2 damage. If your opponent has no ready foundations, this attack gets an additional 2 damage.
This card's cute.
It's cute, but it's very hard to pull off.
Yeah.
And the lose 1 to both of us is not very relevant.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the card.
Unless you've got like a bunch of them and we just like nuke them for 4. Like, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's just, I don't know.
I stun and then just bomb you.
To me, like the best synergy with this card then is like Coffee Samba, and we share no symbols with Coffee Samba, so
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
it's a little rough. It's a little rough.
Totally.
All right, and then moving on to his last 3 foundations. They're all relatively good in their own ways. The first one being Quest for Vengeance, 0/4, 3 low block. Respond. After I block with this, you have to discard a card.
Wowzers, that's good.
Yeah, this card's going to be pretty good. First of all, it's a low block, and if you do need low blocks, I think low attacks are going to be very strong moving forward, in my opinion, because low attacks get away from $500 Sunglasses, which is a Johnny Cage card, and low attacks also get away from Flame Aura, which is a Scorpion card that reduces the speed of this attack to 0 when I block with this. So I think low attacks will be very strong. This then means it's a very good low block.
Totally.
Because you're going to make your opponent discard a card.
Yeah, I think Quest for Vengeance is going to be played at least a 2 of and everything that just wants spam. You could even just play more if you're not afraid of the 4-check.
Like, as good as Syndicate Target is, it's a Spike 1 Foundation 0/6 with a
0
low block. After you block with this, you have to lose the Vitality, though. If you can afford the higher block modifier and the 4-check, like, you absolutely I think you play this over that because of the effect is so much stronger.
There are plenty of times where somebody has like this versus like Goro, which is the 4-hander. They play 2 cards and then you block the 3rd one
With this,
and they pitch their last card out of their hand, and that you can melt 40 life in this game. Like it's super easy if you don't have to play around them blocking anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think this card is super good. There's not actually much else we can say about it. You should play this card, at least test it out to see if you personally like it.
Exactly.
These last 2 cards, I love. These cards are sick.
Moving on to the last 2 foundations. These are the one-ofs that come in the turbo decks. The first one being Resurrected Revenant. The art on this card looks great, even though it's definitely like a Quan Chi card, and it's not even like...
No, he's right there.
Is that him? Is that
That's
Scorpion? Or
That's
Sub-Zero?
That's Sub-Zero. I'm
That's
assuming.
I don't know. Whatever. It's unique. Enhance, commit, seal your character. Selectively pick up any foundation you want from your discard pile.
I have a question, Barrett.
Yeah.
Can you seal a character that's already been sealed? If I get banged, bang is an action card that seals any card on the thing. Can I attempt to seal my character again?
Yes. Seal is not an ability. Still says you cannot gain any more abilities or whatever. Gain keywords or whatever. Yeah, you absolutely can.
So the reason this card is sick is Sub-Zero doesn't do anything on my opponent's turn.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we can pick up a really cool block, like, I don't know, the one we just talked about.
Quest for Vengeance.
Make our opponent discard a card after we block with it. It just helps you read a block. By committing this card and sealing your character, you get to selectively pick up whatever block you need right now.
Yeah.
That's why it's got a 4-check, obviously. And itself is way too low.
Yeah, this card is actually nuts. If there's anything that has like any sort of card pool relevance with these symbols.
In order, Johnny Cage has to play this card and seal his character on his opponent's turn, which actually is really bad, you would think. But sometimes picking up $500 Sunglasses to survive a turn might actually be worth it.
Yeah. I'll commit to minus the damage, or I don't even need to with glasses. But I just pick up whatever I need.
Yeah.
Being able to under order, you just pick up Guile Face. You just pick up
Yep, absolutely.
Cool and Focused. You're just like, oh, I'm blocking this one.
Yep. Yep, that's why it's going to be so strong.
That's real good.
So yeah, I think it's going to be really good. Moving on, we have Retreated to Arctica. 2/5 no block, unique, enhanced destroy before the damage step. If this attack has 3 or more keywords, reduce this damage to 0.
This card is just mind games. This card is a problem on board that your opponent has to deal with, and that's
Absolutely.
why it's so threatening.
It's a Hunt for Spiders and Dragons target, which is a Red Horizon card that selectively flips something in your opponent's card pool, and it's incredibly strong, and you're basically going to force them to hit this.
It's a honky tonk target. You can just
Absolutely.
You can just destroy it. That's not going to do anything. Honky tonk, I'll add it back.
I have something.
Respawn Chiromancer, destroy, unflip my honky tonk. I'm going to get this 1,000,000 times.
Yep.
I'm going to get this 1,000 times.
I mean, it's not playable while committed, so it comes.
That's
with it.
okay.
But yeah, we're
Just
going to use
every
it.
turn. I'm gonna say one of your orange cards is not an orange card.
As long as it has 3 or more keywords, which is really good for the Turbo Deck matchup because From Hell has 3 keywords. Actually, it has 4, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Scorpion's 7 attacks do.
so it's very good in that matchup.
It's very good in that matchup.
Which is why I always lost because I never saw it.
Hey.
It's also a really good last enhance to use right before you've used Mutual Respect, the enhanced discard momentum. We both get 1 more enhances. It's
Yeah.
really a nice one to use.
Alright. Just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I think the card will be played. There's a lot of already order 1-ofs that people are playing. And I think this just joins that crew, and most people will make room for them anyway.
I mean, anything that also has good under the symbols can just alpha mail this thing in when they need it.
Absolutely.
Like Cut Man.
Well, that's it for Sub-Zero's support. Tam, thanks so much for helping me out with all these cards and giving us some review and meta-analysis. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, you can check out the Scorpion one as well. If you like the Cram session idea, the analysis of all the meta cards and their meta relevance of all the Mortal Kombat 10 cards, go follow us and help us out on Patreon for $3. You can see all of the Cram sessions, and every character, every card support is going to be there. If you like a video like this, go ahead and subscribe to UFS University. Hit the like button for the video. See us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're all here. You can hit the bell notification if you also want to hear notifications from this channel. Thanks so much for watching this one, and we hope to see you in another one.